Hi guys, welcome to another block spotlight, and today we're going to be having a look at another Stormcraft 3 block or work table, and this is the research bench which you can see here, which is very cool looking straight out of the box. We have a lovely piece of paper on the top with an ink and quill as well, and when we open up the interface for it, it looks equally impressive. Now, it may seem quite daunting at the moment, but what I'll endeavour to do is explain exactly how this all works and how you can use it. Now, on the left hand side here, we have 5 input slots, and you can put as much as or as little as you like in this left hand side, and basically what you will be going for is you'll be trying to match up symbols here. Now if we have a look at a few things that I've got in my inventory right now, and if we hold shift over when we mouse over, a little symbol will appear. So that's showing us a little tree with a number 2 on it. So if we pop that in there and we hover over it, we can see that's lignum, which is wood forest tree. So pretty much anything that relates to wood forestry is going to have this lignum aspect on it. So that's important to note, because you can kind of work out which items you're going to need to get particular symbols based on what that symbol is and what the item you're looking at will do for you. So wood is going to give us lignum. So the automatic crafting table also has wood in it, so you would expect that to give you lignum as well. If we hold shift, it does, and this gives us 12. Now the number of in the bottom right corner of that icon basically shows how much of that aspect is in that item. So the auto crafting table is equivalent to 6 pieces of 6 oak wood planks, which I don't think is quite true. It's probably more like 8, no, more like 5 when you make it, but it's coming out as 6, so we'll go with that. Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not working it out right now, but it's going to give you 6 times more lignum aspect, and that can be important. Because when we start researching, you'll need more and more of this. Also, we'll need these aspects in the crafting later on, and as you can see, we hover over, some have got more than others. So these have got 1 each, but these shards have got 4 each. Some of them have got 2, and as you can see, pretty much everything has got a 1 or more aspects on it. There are some mod items that don't have aspects on them, so don't assume that everything has an aspect. Check by holding shift and you'll see exactly what it's got. The other thing is, as I said, when you put your item in, you can see exactly which aspects it's got on and what those aspect icons mean, what they relate to, in a little bit more comfort than holding shift. Now the other thing that we need is, if you see this block at the bottom here, it almost looks like it's got an imprint of paper carved into it. That is where your paper needs to go. This will not function without paper. This slot here is your output slot, so as you start researching, your output is going to show up here. And this button here is the button you hit to research whatever you've got in the left hand side. Now there's another slider down here, and if you hover over it, it's going to start off saying cursory. If you toggle that, it will go thorough, and the real difference between those two modes is cursory is going to give you less chance to lose your input item, but also give you a correspondingly lower chance to get your research done. Thorough however, is more likely to consume this, but it won't always consume it, and it's more likely to give you an increase over here. So once you know you've got something you can use, it's probably best to make sure you're on thorough. Cursory you could probably use just to find out which items you're going to whether an item is actually useful or not. And what we'll see when we start researching something, which I'll do now quickly for you. As you can see, we've researched once on cursory. We have actually used the fire shard, so you can still lose items with this. And we've got an unknown theory. So if we keep researching that, we now have over here, we have an unknown or obscured aspect. And if we hover over the piece of paper here, which will tell us what is on that research note, which actually looks the same if you were to take it out and have a look at it. It's not actually going to tell us much at the moment. So if we switch this onto thorough, because obviously something in this one of these four aspects is showing up here. Now this one here, Precantatio, has greyed out. That means that particular aspect is not included in this recipe, whichever recipe this is. So let's just carry on, and now we've lost this one, Vitreous, and we've got another obscured aspect. Now we've got two going on here, so there's a good chance that those two correspond. So we will do that until we get to the end. Now we're 50% complete, so it's now going to show us all of the aspects that this recipe has. So we now have another obscured aspect that we don't know what it is, and we will have to try several different things to try and figure out which one that is. Also, Ignis has got up to the outside edge, which means it's 100% complete, so we could now just find something with Potentia on it and forget about the Ignis. We don't need that anymore. Just to finish off the Potentia, like so. Now we need to work out what the other one is, and you can try several different things to work out what that is, one of which is just going through the various things until you find one which doesn't grey out. Now I think this is probably going to be what's this the recipe for? Nitor. So we could work out what that's going to be. Nitor, you'll remember, was glowstone and coal, redstone and glowstone. So let's get some glowstone and see if glowstone is going to be the last thing. There you go, we have Lux. So if we carry on researching that, as you get closer to the end, the text will start to give you hints, and I think it's about 75% complete on the research. You'll get some text showing up that's readable, and it tells you exactly what it does. The text itself won't tell you exactly what you need, but it will give you some clues, give you a few pointers so you can try and work out what the last one is. So if we finish researching that, we end up with the discovery, and if we take the discovery out, we can have a look at it like so, and at the top it will show you which symbols you're using. So if you're actually doing this on a server and you have a friend who wants to learn the same recipes as you, then those symbols at the top tell you which aspects you need to learn in order to replicate that research. So you can use that to help you duplicate your research. Now if you right click while holding this, I'm in creative, so that's why that's not quite working. If you right click, I've already learnt it into my Astronomicon. Normally what would happen is that would disappear and it would show up in here in your Thaumonomicon, and you can click on that and it will then tell you how to make it, and we'll go over the Crucible another time. But that's how the research table works. How you actually make the research table, now we haven't covered that yet, and what you need is you need scribing tools, which is a glass bottle, an ink sac and a feather. And this is a shapeless recipe, so you can put these wherever you like and they will work as long as they're in a crafting grid. They will work. And then you need 2 of these tables that we made earlier. Now for this you need to put these tables side by side like so, and you need to grab your scribing tools and right click the scribing tools on the bench, and there you go, there's your research table. So there you go guys, hopefully that will give you a few insights into how to actually get started with your research. We will come back and have a look at some of the other things that you can make with Thaumcraft at some point. So if you've enjoyed these videos so far, please hit the subscribe button above. Check me out on Twitch and on Twitter. We've also got a Steam group and a Facebook group going as well, so follow there, whichever social media platform is your poison, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.